Welcome to the top news from the world of film. Here's what you can look forward to. Arnold Schwarzenegger returns as Conan the Barbarian. A Spider-Man star is set to appear in the new Rambo movie. Adam Sandler brings the third installment of Grown Ups. That and much more, now on KinoCheck News. Arnold Schwarzenegger is returning as Conan the Barbarian. More than 40 years after his first appearance as the legendary warrior, King Conan is now in the works. Schwarzenegger has provided an update on the fantasy sequel. King Conan is set to go into production next year. As previously reported, Christopher McQuarrie will write the screenplay and direct. The filmmaker is best known for his work on the Mission Impossible series. Of particular interest, the thematic direction of King Conan. The film is set to portray the hero as an aging ruler whose best years are behind him. Schwarzenegger compares the film to the western Unforgiven, which featured Clint Eastwood as an aging gunslinger. He also promises extraordinary battles. Sounds exciting. What do you think of the planned Conan sequel? We look forward to your comments. A new addition to John Rambo, James Franco, is on board. The Hollywood star is known for his role in Spider-Man, among other things. He played Harry Osborn in the 3 films starring Tobey Maguire. In John Rambo, he takes on a small role. No further details about his character have been revealed, though what has been clear for some time, the film is a prequel. Accordingly, it takes place before the events of the original 1982 film and serves as an origin story. Instead of Sylvester Stallone, Noah Centineo plays the famous action hero. The actor portrays the younger version of Rambo. The role of Major Troutman is played by Stranger Things star David Harbour. In the earlier films, the character served as a sort of mentor to Rambo, and back then, Troutman was portrayed by Richard Crenna. Jalmari Hilander is directing. He already has experience in the action genre thanks to his Sisu films. And what about Stallone? The former Rambo actor is also involved in the prequel, though only as an executive producer.
Live for nothing, or die for something.
The premiere of Spider-Noir is fast approaching. So, to get us in the mood, a new trailer has just been released, and it's truly impressive. The positive reaction showed that the anticipation is running high in the community as well. May 27th is the big day. That's when Spider-Noir premieres on Prime Video. The film adaptation of Masters of the Universe could be a treat for fans. The new trailer really gets down to business, which is generating enthusiastic comments. It won't be too long before we can see the spectacle in theaters. Masters of the Universe premieres on June 5th. And you can find more exciting trailers in our free KinoCheck app. The cult comedy Grown Ups is back for another round. The third movie is officially in development at Netflix. The cast hasn't been announced yet. However, various media outlets report that the main actors are expected to return. So we'll probably see Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Chris Rock, and David Spade again. Rob Schneider could also be back after missing the second installment. The comedy series revolves around a group of childhood friends who reunite after many years. Exactly what we can expect in Grown Ups 3 is currently unclear. The release date on Netflix has also not yet been announced. One thing is certain, Adam Sandler is once again involved as a co-writer and producer. Kyle Newacheck is directing. He most recently directed Happy Gilmore 2, also starring Sandler in the lead role. We're already looking forward to seeing the Grown Ups again. Are you too? Feel free to share your thoughts with us. Competition for the Expendables.
What do you think? Probably not.
The film series brought together action legends like Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. But now it's time for Girl Power. A spin-off featuring an all-female cast is currently in development. The idea isn't new. A female version of the Expendables was already planned back in 2014. There was even a story. It was supposed to be about female operatives who rescue a nuclear scientist by posing as call girls. At the time, Legally Blonde director Robert Luketich was set to helm the project. But nothing came of it. The new film is set in the late 1990s. It'll also center on elite female operatives. Not much else is known about the plot. And the cast is also still up in the air. We're curious to see which action heroines will follow in the footsteps of Stallone and company. A change in the Harry Potter series. One of the stars, Cochran, is leaving the show. The actress will play Ginny Weasley in the first season, the younger sister of Harry's best friend Ron. However, the role will need to be recast for the second season. Gracie Cochran will not be returning. Her family has issued a statement that mentions unforeseen circumstances, and no further details regarding her departure have been provided. We'll see a number of newcomers in the series. Dominic McLaughlin will play the role of the famous wizard apprentice Harry Potter. His best friends Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger will be portrayed by Alastair Stout and Arabella Stanton. HBO recently commissioned the second season of the fantasy saga. Production on the new episodes is set to begin this fall. And if the series is successful, fans can look forward to many more seasons. A total of 7 are planned, 1 per book. It all kicks off at Christmas, when the first season premieres on HBO. Matt Damon is in talks for the Daniels' new film. The directing duo Daniel Scheinert and Daniel Kwan caused a sensation with Everything Everywhere All at Once, and their new film also looks to be set in a wild sci-fi mix. The title and story are under wraps, but The Hollywood Reporter is now revealing the first details about the plot. It'll involve time travel and global warming, and superheroes might also play a role. Additionally, the story is set to take place across 2 time periods, the 1980s and the present day. The protagonists are described as teenagers, at least in the 80s timeline. Matt Damon is apparently set to star in the film. Previously, the Daniels had reportedly been eyeing Ryan Gosling, but that didn't pan out. With that said, the deal with Damon isn't set in stone yet, but the release date has already been announced. The film is set to hit theaters on November 19th, 2027. Rick and Morty fans have something to look forward to. A movie adaptation of the popular animated series is in the works. This was confirmed by series co-creator Dan Harmon ahead of the premiere of the 9th season. The series follows scientist Rick Sanchez and his grandson Morty Smith. Together, they travel through countless parallel universes and find themselves in absurd situations. Jacob Hare is set to direct the film. He's been part of the Rick and Morty creative team since the 4th season, and he's responsible for some particularly acclaimed episodes. Among fans, he's considered one of the series' strongest directors. Some questions about the Rick and Morty movie remain unanswered. It's still unclear whether it'll be released in theaters or premiere on HBO Max, and a release date has not yet been announced. The plot details also remain to be seen, so we'll keep you updated. Brad Pitt is returning as stuntman Cliff Booth. He first played the character in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And now it's official. We'll see him again later this year in the sequel The Adventures of Cliff Booth. The film will be shown in IMAX theaters for 2 weeks starting November 25th. It'll then premiere on Netflix on December 23rd. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood centered on the struggling actor Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Brad Pitt played his stunt double, Cliff Booth, and won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for the role. In the sequel, Booth takes center stage. The story is no longer set in the 60s, but in 1977 in a Hollywood that has changed dramatically. The screenplay was written by Tarantino. However, the film is directed by someone else, David Fincher. The filmmaker is known for classics like Seven and Fight Club. What do you think? Is Fincher the right choice for the Cliff Booth movie? Or would you have preferred Tarantino? We're eager to hear your thoughts. The film world had some exciting news to share again this week. What did you find particularly exciting? We're eager to hear your thoughts, and we'd love it if you gave us a like. Thanks for your support, and see you next time. The KinoCheck team. And in case you missed it, here's more news that will pique your interest. A little sneak peek at the Batman 2. Director Matt Reeves has unveiled the first images from the production. Under the hashtag #SnowTires, he posted photos showing the Batmobile. Not much else is visible, but fittingly for the hashtag, it appears to be snowing. A Batman sequel set in a snowy winter? We've seen that before in movies. That's right, in The Batman Returns. It's quite possible that the season is an homage to Tim Burton's second Batman film. And the timing would work. The Batman Part 2 is set to hit theaters in 2027, 35 years after Batman Returns. A snow-covered Gotham would be a lovely way to pay homage to Burton's classic. It remains to be seen whether there are any other parallels. One thing is certain, Robert Pattinson returns as Batman. We'll also see Jeffrey Wright reprise his role as Jim Gordon, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and Andy Serkis as Alfred Pennyworth. Sebastian Stan is set to play Harvey Dent, who becomes the supervillain Two-Face in the Batman comics. And Scarlett Johansson is set to join the cast as another A-list star. Are you looking forward to Winter in Gotham? Or does the sequel leave you cold? We're eager to hear your thoughts. Good news for Fast and Furious fans. In addition to the upcoming movie Fast Forever, there will now also be a TV adaptation. Vin Diesel announced this at NBC Universal's Upfront presentation. But one of the star's statements is causing some confusion. According to Diesel, the streaming service Peacock will release 4 series. However, The Hollywood Reporter says that only 1 is currently in active development. Either way, fans can look forward to more adventures from the Fast and Furious universe. Details about the plot are being kept under wraps at this time. Vin Diesel did promise, however, that the series will live up to the legacy of the films. So it looks like we can expect fast-paced action and speeding cars. It's not yet known whether the star will also appear on camera. But in any case, Diesel is on board as an executive producer. We're already excited. Finally, there's a sign of life from Ahsoka. We've been waiting for new episodes of the Star Wars series since 2023. But now Rosario Dawson has announced that Season 2 is set to premiere on Disney Plus in early 2027. Dawson will once again play the former Jedi apprentice Ahsoka Tano. We can also expect Hayden Christensen to return as Anakin Skywalker. Rory McCann will take on the role of Balin Scroll. The Game of Thrones star is replacing Ray Stevenson. The late actor had portrayed the character in the first season. According to Dawson, we'll see even bigger battles in the new episodes. Plus, there's more at stake this time around. That certainly sounds promising.